Vail Horton is a business leader, philanthropist, and advocate for persons with disabilities. You may have read about him or seen him profiled in the local media. In fact, KGW, News Channel 8, did a story on Vail in April of 2001 when he was a student at the University of Portland.
It hasn't been updated since pirates and peg legs, and even as far back as Egyptians working on tombs.
700,000 people use and need them every day.
There's a real need to solve this problem of slipping and falling.
A business major, a life science major, 3 engineers, and a whole lot of ingenuity came up with an answer. Make a better crutch. But they needed a little shock value.
In order to get a shock, we thought of the pogo stick, and we went to Toys R Us and bought 2 pogo sticks, took them apart, and put them on the crutch. And that feature alone, having the shock, has been tremendous.
And a shower head from Home Depot to keep the crutch grounded.
We also just wanted to make them cool looking.
And the same thing is going to happen.
The students involved in making this new crutch are leaning on each other in a new joint venture.
This is huge as an entrepreneurial opportunity for us.
The idea? To take something and make it better.
So therefore, that's what we're doing with this crutch. We're going to make it better.
But beyond the business and success these students hope for Vail, necessity was the mother of invention.
These are my plastic legs.
And at 4 years old, I gained this entrepreneurial spirit because I didn't have legs. And so I went to my mom and I said, Mom, I'd like to have legs.
After 19 years on crutches, Vail developed arthritis. Doctors said he would have to use a wheelchair.
And I'm saying, bag that. Let's make crutches that are not only great for me and that keep me mobile, but let's take all the people out there who are coming off crutches and being put in a wheelchair, and let's keep them mobile.
Boy, I sure did look young in that video, didn't I? Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. It's very humbling to share in such a monumentous occasion of achievement in your honor. So thank you for having me. I'm going to ask a few questions, and so, go ahead and come back with me when I ask these questions right here out of the gate. But before I ask the questions, Bob, or however you refer to him, Head Honcho Penguin, he tried to say, are you guys ready to graduate? And I didn't hear very much, so let's try it again. Are you ready to graduate? When I wake up on Saturday mornings, I like to sleep in. Anybody like to sleep in on a Saturday morning? And I have 4 children, ages 2, 5, 7, and 10. And they all kind of meander into our room with my wife and I on a Saturday morning. And we have what's called the big bed. And they like to come into the big bed. And what's known on occasion in the big bed with the whole family, 6 of us, is Dad will just say, Grace, what do you want to be when you grow up? Logan, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they say, oh, Dad. And the neighbors probably think we're nuts because, I yell it so loud that the whole neighborhood could hear. So I'd like to ask you guys a few questions, and I'm going to pick you out one by one and go ahead and respond back. So all the mommies and daddies, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Oh, come on, that was pathetic. I was relying on the mommies and daddies to go first. Mommies and daddies, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, now I don't know if there are any seniors out there, but seniors love to be seniors because they get that coupon, right? They get that coupon for discount. Okay, so seniors, what do you want to be when you grow up? Good job. All right, are there any teenagers out there? Teenagers, what do you want to be when you grow up? All right, and any children, what do you want to be when you grow up? All right, and here's a trick question. Behind me, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Oh, that was pathetic, wasn't it? They're supposed to be important. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, behind me, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Let's have 20 seconds of silence, and I'll count to 20. So I don't want a response. I want it silent. That's right. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But I do know something, and I think that's the reason why I'm here, is that whatever I do want to be, I end up doing it. When you see me, there's not much to me, right? I was born just like this. No right leg. I got a little flipper on the left with 2 toes. This arm is like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hand and arm. And then this arm doesn't even bend. And after 2 years dating my wife, 6 months before we're about to get married, I told her, she said, "What's the matter with your arm?" I said, "It doesn't bend." She said, "What?" I was adopted at birth. So when I came out looking like this, my parents didn't want me. But a young couple in their mid-20s who had already had 2 beautiful girls goes out and adopts me. Hooray for me. At 4 years old, I went to my mom and I tugged on her shirt and I said, "Mom, I want legs." And so we went to UCLA and Stanford and we said, "Can I have legs?" And they both said, "No." And I had a grandpa who listened to that and he said, "Well, wait a second. Maybe you should go to New York where they don't take no for an answer." So we flew. My mom packed my fire engine red suitcase. And we flew all the way across country to New York. And we went to the Rusk Institute in New York. And we stayed in the Ronald McDonald House, and they fitted me with prosthetic legs. And as you saw in that video, we made that child video, and we sent it to UCLA and Stanford. And we said, "Hey, put kids in legs." A quick story about my mom. We stored the cereal in our house in the cupboard just underneath the ceiling. And it was in the top shelf. And I remember one day saying, "Hey, Mom, can you get me down the Honey Nut Cheerios, please?" She said, "No, I believe you can get it down yourself." So I pulled out the drawers that are underneath the counter, and I used those as a ladder to get my bottom on the counter. And then I stood up on my little foot, and I had a spatula in my hand. And, of course, my mom's behind me to make sure I don't fall down. And I'm teeter-tottering that box of cereal as best as I can. And finally, I knock it down, and I bring it down, and I get down off the counter. And it's the best bowl of cereal I ever had, right? One other quick story about my mom is that when we were in a grocery store and I was in my prosthetic legs and on my crutches, you know the floor of the grocery store, how it's that, what is it, marble or something? At any rate, I fell down for one reason or another. And when I fall down with prosthetic legs and crutches, it is loud. And can you imagine what everybody does when I fall down? Here's my mom. She doesn't do anything. She just stands there. And she says, "Get up." And so even though it took me probably 20 minutes to get up, and everybody's looking at her going, "Okay, this is abusive," I did get up. At 10 years old, I wanted to make money. Anyone at 10 years old want to make money? I started selling newspapers in front of a local grocery store, and what I said to every person walking in and out of the grocery store every Saturday for 5 years was, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me, ma'am, would you like a Desert Sun?" I became the #1 paper boy in only 6 months. And even though they moved me to the #1 store, I was having a problem because all the store managers at the other stores that it took for me to become #1 newspaper boy, they wanted me. They wanted that cute handicapped boy in front of their store. So it was hard to turn them down. I said, "No, I want to be with the #1 store." As you saw in the video, when I was graduating from college, a doctor said that I could no longer walk on crutches, that I had to use a wheelchair, that I had developed osteoarthritis in my shoulder and carpal tunnel in my hands. And I thought to myself, why haven't crutches been updated? I mean, they are the same as pirates and peg legs, right? Since then, the company that I started is a multi-million-dollar company, and we sell all over the world. And we're located in Portland, Oregon. And everyone's saying healthcare, healthcare, healthcare. Well, someday, if you ever want to know about healthcare, give me a call and I'll tell you all my thoughts about it. Besides starting Keen, I also started a nonprofit called Insight. Disabled people in America cost the U.S. government about $392 billion a year. And of the people with disabilities that are of an employable age, what's missed from them not paying taxes is an additional $290 billion. So there's your stimulus package. Insight gives college scholarships to people with disabilities, provides employment opportunities for people with disabilities, it provides networking for people with disabilities, as well as independence through housing, technology, financing, whatever it is they need to do whatever it is they want to do. Again, I ask everybody in this room, what is it you want to be when you grow up? I don't know if I want to be this, but I might want to run for U.S. Senate. And if the stars align, I plan to go for it in 2014. Now, this is going to sound really egotistical, but I kind of want to run for the position above that. I doubt I'll win, but I kind of want to run. I'm beautifully married. I have 4 children. And honestly, I think the only thing I can't do is climb a ladder. And if I really had to climb a ladder, I think I could. I remember the 2 things I was always scared of in life was I ever going to get married, and was I going to be able to be a dad that could play football with my son, get the children in and out of the crib, you know, be alone with them in the house and cook and clean and all that kind of stuff. And sure enough, here I am at only 32 years old, and there isn't anything I can't do. So what I want to leave you with is this. Graduating class of 2009. I promise you, there isn't anything you can't do. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Anything. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Do you believe me? And the famous words of my mom, well then get out there and do it. Thank you very much.